estate agents. It's Jeff Underwood with the Weekly Closer, along with Joey Sampaga, the man with the plan. How's it going, Joey?
Pretty good. What's going on, guys?
Well, we're having a great day today. We've got a great guest on with us, and today's guest is Steve Trang. How's it going, Steve?
It's going good. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. And if you're watching the video, you'll see Steve here.
He's right there.
There he is.
See him?
Right there.
Yep.
He might even put on the mask later. We'll see. You have to stay tuned. We'll see.
He didn't want to put that on.
Well, we'll see.
Got to get him a new one.
We'll see what peer pressure does.
There we go. All right. So, Steve, tell us. We want to get into what's successful in your business. But first, I guess let's start off with telling the listeners or the viewers how long you've been in the business, your company, and what compelled you to get into real estate.
Well, we're coming up on 10 years. So I got in May of 07. Possibly a stupid decision. Some argue the worst time to get into real estate.
Right before.
So,
yes.
But, I have this, I've never had a confidence problem. So I'll figure it out. So I jumped in May of 07, did a lot of learning, exploring, growing along the way.
Right.
So did short sales, did some REO, built a team, opened a brokerage all along the way. So I'm with Stunning Homes Realty. That's our brokerage. And what compelled me to get into real estate, I got suckered in like everybody else. Promises of, just hanging out at the beach, working whatever you want, make a crap load of money. But you learn very quickly that's not actually what happens.
Are you sure?
Yeah, well, it happens eventually, but not as easy as they make it sound.
So I hear that from a lot of people. Well, I guess that's why so many people drop out of the business so quickly, right?
No, it's terrible, right? I think like 80% fall out the first year.
So we'll get into some of these other questions, but I want to know, so getting in 2007, so it was beginning part of 07, end of 07?
Middle of 07.
In the middle of 07. 2008 came along.
Yeah.
And did you feel like you might have made the wrong choice?
Oh yeah, no, there were definitely times, right, where I was thinking, man, this was a bad idea. I can remember, I don't know the exact date, but I remember one specific day, there was an article that came out in Arizona Republic talking about how real estate values are tanking. And I had 3 different clients call me. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to buy right now. Now it's not the right time. Like, oh, that was the ultimate gut test.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was also the time I think a lot of sellers probably were bummed that they didn't sell 6 months prior.
Oh, yeah. No, I bet.
Anyway, well, so tell us what you're doing right now. What are you doing with Stunning Homes Realty right now to be successful in today's market?
Well, for us, there's obviously a lot of adjustments, but I think for how we're helping everyone in our office is we're personally developing and growing all of our team members, right? So we're not a big brokerage. We're not a big office. We don't want a big body count like a lot of other offices.
Sure.
And so because we're small or smaller, we can adjust and we can actually keep track of how everyone's business is going,
right? And
see how we can adjust and visit the challenges that we're all facing together.
Okay. Are you seeing more listings or buyers right now?
More buyers for sure.
More buyers?
Yeah. We would love to get more listings, but definitely we're more buyer heavy.
Okay. How about niche? Does Stunning Homes have a specific niche that you're trying to target, or a way that you're differentiating yourself from others?
I would say our niche, a lot of it is, we have 2 major sources of business. The first one is internet. So internet lead gen. In fact, for a while, I was actually teaching classes on how to do internet lead gen. So that's our number one. Cool. And then number 2 is referrals. So we're really ramping up our wow factors to really blow away our clients.
Got it.
It used to be being good was good enough, right? You did a good job for a client, you got a referral.
Yeah.
They remember you. Now good is just average. So we got to blow them away. So that's
right.
A lot of our focus and energy is how to really wow our clients. So one of the things that we're all doing in our office is a birthday program. So client's birthday, their top 50 client, they get a bundt cake or they get something else delivered to their home for their birthdays.
That's good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You know what? One of the guys I was talking to he goes to people's houses, his clients.
Mm-hmm.
You guys might want to live stream while you do that.
Yeah.
Would that be cool?
That would be cool. Right now what we're still doing is we're having it couriered, but eventually we're going to have a full-time person, wearing one of these shirts.
There you go.
Delivering them.
Or maybe singing too, right? Like a telegram.
Singing, yes.
Those were popular when I was younger.
Well, I think I need you with your singing voice. We're going to do that.
Oh, there we go. So I bet the listeners as well as myself, I'm interested. So online, you did a lot of training,
Yeah.
right, for online leads.
Right.
What, without giving away your total secret, right? What would you say is the number one lead gen online right now?
Well, for us, and I don't mind, I'm an open book,
Okay.
but Google pay-per-click is what's
Really?
driven us. Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the main points I always made during my classes was, for the longest time, it was internet leads suck, right? I mean, how long have you heard that?
Long time.
Right? And we're finally realizing, oh, hey, it doesn't. It actually closes. In fact, about 4% of them will close, right? So that was been our number one advantage for the longest time. People are finally wising up and using it as a lead source.
Okay.
But that was, that was our niche. That's what we were dominating for the longest time.
So you're just picking out specific keywords, obviously, right?
Right,
And doing
right.
your ads. Are you doing any Facebook ads too?
We do
along with
Facebook
that?
ads from time to time, but we haven't had as much traction with Facebook.
Okay.
The cost per lead is substantially cheaper, but the lead quality or the cycle is much longer.
Got it.
So we got to spend a lot of energy. So yeah, it's cheaper, but if you take into account the cost of human capital,
Yeah.
it's about the same.
So do you have, once somebody comes in through Google, let's say, right?
Yeah.
Once they've clicked on, you have a full sales funnel put together to nurture these
so,
people?
So we have a couple of ISAs, inside sales agents.
Okay.
All they do is call leads all day,
Got it.
and they book appointments for us.
Okay.
And then, the agents are also in charge of calling as well, being proactive with their time. So budgeting 9 to 11 every day of calling and also doing lead follow-up.
Got it.
So as far as the funnel goes, that's the dialing.
Okay.
Emails, we do email drips. We did the Infusionsoft thing for a while. And what we found is that emails, they might generate responses, but really the calls is where
Right.
that's the highest dollar producing activity.
Well, if you can get them on the phone,
Right.
you have the better chance of converting that lead.
Yeah.
For sure. So if an agent were sitting in front of you right now and they were asking you, what tip would you give me today to grow my business, what would it be?
Number one tip would be hiring a coach, and then 1A would be hiring an admin. So if they don't have an admin, get your butt in gear and get an admin. If you don't have a coach, go hire a freaking coach. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, does somebody need to be at a certain level production-wise to do that, you think? Or do you think somebody that's fairly new that should
No.
just start with having a coach
Yeah,
involved?
I wish that from day one I hired a coach.
Okay.
I think that would have made a big difference. I would think I'd be further along today than I am. Not
it.
that I'm unhappy with where I'm at, but I feel like I would have had a further head start.
So I'm curious, though, in regards to coaches. I mean, are there specific coaches that you prefer?
There's a coach that works for me, and that's Craig Proctor. But I think it really depends on your style, right? It depends on what you're passionate about. I think every coaching program has a different niche or specialty. You know, like I'm passionate about marketing, so Craig Proctor works for me. I have an engineering background, so you would think that's kind of weird for real estate, but marketing is very analytical. I mean, you guys do marketing.
Yeah.
It's if you do X, you're going to get Y, right? So it works for me. But if someone's passionate about referrals, Brian Buffini program is a great, coaching program. If someone's passionate about cold calling, Mike Ferry's great.
Mike Ferry.
Right? If someone's passionate about team building, Tom Ferry's pretty good. And there's a bunch of other good coaching programs, but those are the ones I'm familiar with. But the one that works for me is Craig Proctor.
Got it. Okay. No, that's awesome. So would you say that's the one thing that's made the biggest impact on your business, or is there something
Oh,
else?
yeah,
you could
absolutely.
say?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, once I got into coaching, and I didn't get into it until after I did short sales and after I did REO. So I did okay for myself.
Yeah.
But the one mindset change I had when I hired a coach was that this is a business. You're not a real estate agent. You're a real estate business owner. And that was the mindset shift I had when I got into coaching.
So how many, and you may not know a number, but just your opinion, of the agents in the Valley, I don't know how many, 40,000, whatever that number is now.
Give or take.
How, give or take a few thousand.
Yeah.
How many do you think have that mentality of a business, that this is your business, not just I'm going to go sell a couple houses?
I don't know. I mean, I would say probably top maybe 1%. So maybe 400.
Yeah.
Not a lot. Not enough.
Well, and I think everybody has to have that mentality. I
Yeah.
think if you're going to be successful in real estate, it is a business.
Right.
You have to treat it as a business.
But I think a lot of the training that most people get is pretty poor.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the training is what it is, right?
Yeah.
It's how do you write a contract the right way and stay out of
How did
trouble.
I get sued?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but there isn't a lot about how to run a business.
No, not at all.
Absolutely. Okay. So why should agents want to work with Stunning Homes Realty?
I would say because we're very passionate about their success, about their development and their growth. There are, again, a lot of other brokerages, a lot of respectable brokerages out there, and their focus primarily is on big body count. They're either advertising, they have the most agents, or that's their focus, that's their growth. I think HomeSmart has like 4,000 agents, but for us, we don't want to get big. We have right now about 40, and we don't really want to get bigger than 150. So I say that we're going to work with you as a partner to grow and build you and make sure you're successful. So I think that's something that we're very passionate about, growing our agents.
So you probably do a lot of coaching for your agents.
Oh, yeah. So for our top agents, I meet with them every single week.
That's great.
And then anyone that's not in the top, top tier, then we do group coaching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well, it's that time.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Sure.
Are you ready to get in the ring with the Maniacs?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. What's the best advice that anyone's ever given you?
So this came from the Craig Proctor coaching program as well.
Okay.
And the advice is you should spend as much time as possible trying to figure out how to be as lazy as possible.
I like that.
Don't get any ideas, Joey.
I like that a lot.
Joey's Mr. Efficiency over there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Systems.
Absolutely.
I'm like, squirrel. Look at that shiny mask. No, I'm just if you're watching the video, you know what I'm talking about. We have another little addition to our table, too. You'll have to check that out on the video.
Might not be here tomorrow.
So what is your favorite mobile app?
That one's easy. It's Audible. So I love listening. Anytime in the car, I'm listening to audiobooks. It's great.
So you're going to be listening to the Weekly Closer?
Well, I don't listen to a lot of podcasting, but I'll definitely listen to this.
There we go. Sweet. All right. So share with the listeners one book that you would recommend.
Boy, so right now I'm in the middle of Extreme Ownership, a fantastic book, a wonderful for leadership development. And I'm going to definitely give it to everyone on my team.
Okay.
And then right behind that, we had just finished Fanatical Prospecting, which is what I credit to some of our crazy March production.
Okay.
So we had all just finished that book. We were all prospecting like crazy, and that energy's kind of died off, so it's not as good in April. But I think that was an amazing book. Actually got me fired up to make dials.
Awesome.
Well, you should get them all the audio version, right?
Oh,
Make
no,
sure
I got-
that
no,
they
they
just
all got
play it
that.
in their car constantly.
Oh, yeah, they all got that.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So name one productivity tool or software that you use every day.
So it's a mix of, I use Uber Conference. So every morning at 7:30, my team and I, so I also run a team, my team and I do a morning huddle. We use Uber Conference for that. And then we use Google Sheets to track everyone's numbers.
Okay.
Google Sheets.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should look into that, Joey.
Well, I use Google Sheets, buddy.
Oh, that's right. You've told me to try them out. I think I still have that email somewhere, Joey. All right. So we come down to the last question. And this question you're actually going to draw from the mask. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Just a random question. There you go.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
Absolutely, Velvet.
I love that.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and read that out, and let's see what we got.
Who was your favorite singer or band in high school? So this kind of surprises a lot of people, but I'm a very big fan of rap music. So growing up,
Rap
I'll
music,
say
huh?
in high school was Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh, okay. So you're
Listen
a
to a
little
lot
bit
of
younger
that.
than I am.
Yeah.
So can you do some?
No. I wish I could. I wish I could do
beatbox
that.
for you.
I
think
wish
Joey
I could do
can.
that, but no, I'm not. I'm not a good rapper, unfortunately. Otherwise, I tell my wife every once in a while, I was like, I should have gone to rapping. Like that, there's a lot more lucrative than real estate.
Well, I could tell people on the podcast right now to go watch the video that Steve's going to rap at the end of the. No, maybe we better not do that. But no, that's awesome. Anything you want to share, Joey?
My favorite, one of my favorites were Run DMC, of course. Beastie Boys.
Right.
Right. Those two for now in high school.
High school. Oh man. All right. So.
Well, and going back onto that, so this is terrible, right? In middle school, I had, Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, and I was listening to it on my little stereo in my room, and my dad comes up like, "What the hell are you listening to?" So.
Oh no. Oh, see, I think that reminds me of that video. So Twisted Sister, right?
Oh yeah.
Where you had the music up loud.
Yeah.
MTV was
Yeah.
our time, right?
I would say mine during high school was more like Aerosmith and Kiss.
Yeah.
Those were mine. So anyway, Def Leppard was another good one too. So, but thanks for being on, Steve.
Yeah, thank you again for having me. Appreciate
Totally
it.
appreciate you coming on board. So, Steve, one more thing before we leave. Tell us how somebody, if an agent heard this and they want to reach out to you, how would somebody reach out to you?
Well, the best way to get hold of me is to call me directly, 480-266-9960. Again, it's 480-266-9960. They can also email me, steve@stunninghomesrealty.com.
Awesome. So if you want to reach out to Steve, there you go. The weekly closer here at Security Title Studios. And this is Jeff Underwood along with
Joey Sampaga.
And we're signing off. Till next time, take care.
Peace.
Good?
That was
very good.
You have a good radio voice, too.
Oh, thank you.